Hello everybody and welcome to my back garden where I'm going to taste you through 3 bottles of particularly lovely wine which form half of our latest wine box. The first wine we are going to try is the Senorio de Osuna Albarino from the Galician coast in northwest of Spain. We've chosen a little selection which should go through a variety of purposes, but I'm a huge fan of Albarino. I think it's a lovely grape, and it's something that the British population are becoming more familiar with. It's lovely and fresh. Really, this part of Spain is the only place where you can make this light, zesty style of wine because it's cool. It's a little bit rainy. It's from the Atlantic winds. Just keep everything nice and cool, which allows everything to stay fresh. So what you've got here is bright grapes on granite soil. And it gives something really lovely and fresh on the palate. It's really fruity. It's really sort of peachy, slightly apricotty on the nose, and then on the palate, it's nice and mouth-filling and silky. It's a really pleasant thing to enjoy. It does work with sunshine. It works with seafood dishes if you can get any of those. And it's something that freezes quite well, so it's not too hard to make. If you're lucky enough to get hold of some salad, then again, it's got a hint of pepper to it. The dominant flavour, very much that dried apricot. And yeah, it's a perfect partner to a sunny afternoon. Not that we're advocating daytime drinking, but just in case you wanted to treat yourself, then this is a great way to do it. Being as I'm at home, I don't have a spittoon to hand, so we'll just have to plough on by actually swallowing. So apologies for that. I hope you can still understand me by the end of the third one. The next one we're going to have a look at is the Gris Blanc. Now, the Gris Blanc was our most popular rosé last year for very obvious reasons. It's not actually Provençal, but it's from the Languedoc, so really very little distance away, sort of again between the south coast and the Pyrenees, and this is 100% Grenache Gris. So you'd be very familiar with the red Grenache, which is a key component of the southern Rhone wines, Châteauneuf de Pape, and also in Rioja, Priorat, and various other wines around the world. Grenache Gris is a little mutation of it, and you can see this is so pale you might almost think it was white, but actually the way it's been produced, left on its skin for a tiny period of time, and then on its fine leaves for a little bit longer, and that gives it a real richness, both of the fruity flavour, the subtle sort of pink fruit notes. But also very much on the palates, and that could really take you away to somewhere sunnier and more pleasant, and where we might all aspire to be in a few months' time, should this all blow over. And until it does, actually, it's a really lovely way to fantasize it. It's just got that classic sort of strawberries and cream flavour profile. Yeah, really sweet fruits, but no sweetness on the wine at all. It's actually got a lovely minerality, and the finish has got this mouth-watering acidity to it. It's a really delicious thing. I'm loath to throw it away, but I shall, because otherwise I won't finish this video within 5 minutes, and you'll all be bored. So the final wine is probably a later in the evening wine, not necessarily, to each their own. But this is a Cabernet Sauvignon from Stellenbosch, from the Huppenberg family. Now, this is 2012, so it's had a really good amount of time to develop in the bottle, but it actually spent quite a long time in barrels, 12 months in new oak, and then 18 months in second fill barrels, which would have meant that had you opened it too much sooner, you wouldn't have really found anything to taste. It would have been impenetrable, but over the last sort of 12 months, it's really started to soften out. It's from bush vines, and when places are dry, bush vines are a really good way to concentrate flavour, but also make sure that there's enough water for each of the vines to get. And there's such a lovely concentration of fruit. You can definitely tell it's had some oak. I mean, oak is a critical component of a lot of red wine, particularly Cabernet. but it's a lovely, deep, dark flavour. And I will say, it really benefits from opening up, actually. First moment you open it up, it's glorious. You can tell there's something there, but the nose really comes into its own sort of 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours after you've taken the cork out. If you've got a decanter, so much the better. But again, characteristics of Cabernet Sauvignon, really, really tannic, which over the past 8 years have softened right down to give it kind of a really nice, substantial, meaty heart. You're not really tasting any of those tannins that make your mouth sort of gum up. But what you are getting is a lovely sort of smoky structure in the centre of it, but then a really deep, intense fruitiness, combined with a lovely, refreshing acidity. So it just makes you want to have another glass. Classically blackcurrant, little bit of herbaceousness, and you can tell how my mouth is watering. This is a really beautifully balanced wine. It's only 13%, which, you know, from the New World for a big red is not too much. Would heartily recommend. A briefish video to talk you through 3 completely lovely wines. If you do decide you'd like them, I do hope you enjoy them. Let us know what you think. But of course, anything else that you'd like, do give us a call. We'll talk you through anything we have and try and find something that you'll really like, whether it's just, you know, a glass at the end of a day, a long day, or something a little bit more special to transport you away. Cheers everybody, thanks a lot.